Okay, guys, as I was still busy dealing with the issue of the young lady that we're assisting, the long and short of it is that anyone who is your creditor or that you owe, and you have that item with you, and he now wants to repossess the item, all you have to do is to refuse if that person does not have the court order to take back that item. You just tell them that, sorry, you cannot assist them, and they must just leave you alone. There are many other examples, guys, that I can talk about where we have been assisting, small people, because they are so small and powerless, against these monsters, so-called banks. And you can imagine if you do not even know what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing. You don't even know what your rights are. And someone just send people to you and says, these people must just say they are coming from a bank. I mean, you become powerless. You don't even know what to say. All you do, you just cooperate in whatever the nonsense that they tell you. So if you're not sure, always call our offices. We always have our numbers at the end of the video. We always put our contact numbers, our email address, and always keep in touch with us. We will tell you if they are on the wrong side of the law or if they are on the right side of the law and what you need to do. It doesn't matter what problem you are facing. Never allow these bullies to bully you. We are there for you. We know that there are so many instances because problems are different. There are so many instances where you won't be sure as to what to do at a given point in time. So I won't go through other, but I just want to touch on something again very close to my heart, is that as Mass Democratic Civil Movement, we have on several occasions when our colleagues, doctors, some of the doctors were in trouble, especially those doctors working for the state, and some of the doctors, of course, in private. They have on numerous occasions approached us when they were in trouble. And I can tell you now, all of them, they got assisted. Just to give you an example, I won't mention any name. There was a colleague of ours who was in trouble in a state hospital. And he tried to contact, in fact, I tried to contact Sama and see if Sama could assist. And Sama said he was not a paid up member and therefore they could not assist him. And then I then said to them, no, but I understand that he's not a paid up member, but this is a medical doctor. I mean, the issues of money can always be sorted out later. I mean, he's now in trouble and he needs help. And to be honest with you, I was shown a middle finger and to say, no, he must go and face his disciplinary hearing alone. And they are not interested. In fact, it was Samatu. And I won't mention the guy that I spoke to. And he's also a medical doctor, by the way. And I was very disappointed with that kind of an attitude coming from an organization of that stature. I always thought that they were more than that. They were more than money. I thought that they represented something bigger than that. And especially if they call themselves Samatu. I mean, immediately you say you are a trade union. Therefore, you should really stand for trade unionism, and you should defend those who are employed and unemployed, and those who are paid up and not paid up. There are reasons why people are not paid up members. But anyway, we then decided to take up the matter, and then we requested the chairperson of the disciplinary hearing that we were going to send a doctor who is going to sit in the hearing and advise the colleague, and they were allowed, and we did so at no cost, by the way. And when it comes to our colleagues, it's really sad because these are the people who spend sleepless nights. I mean, I know it myself. I never had a good sleep ever since I joined this profession. It's just I don't know how, but especially if you work in the state, if you are running your GP practice, probably that's the easiest thing to do. But I mean, if you're working for the state and you also do private work, it's just a nightmare, and it never ends. So, but the treatment that we're getting from everybody, I mean, you go to the state, the treatment that the medical doctors are getting in the state hospitals, from people who are junior in the clinical setting, who probably do not even understand what medical doctors are doing there and what is the role of medical doctors. And they are pushing our colleagues, pushing them around to a point that quite a number of colleagues, they actually feel that probably they need to leave the state. And it is sad because we need the state to work. The state needs to look after a lot of people who cannot afford the private health funding, the private health funding model that exists in this country. So most of my relatives cannot afford that, so they rely on the state. So, but the deal that they are getting makes one really, really sad. In these hearings, in this disciplinary hearing, you will see a standard 10 coming to sit as a chairman, as a chairperson of the disciplinary hearing, where a specialist is involved. It's really nauseating. In fact, they bring standard 10s. I don't know where they get them. And then they would just bring one so-called professor that they pick up from anywhere, and then to come and be an expert and give an expert opinion. And they would bring the obvious ones that are obviously going to destroy the others, and if you know what I mean. So, yeah, mass democratic civil movement has always been available, and it is always available. So when there's a problem, please shout. The other part that really annoys me is when it comes to the claims. When doctors claim for the services rendered from these funders, again, they are given a raw deal. It's either, what the doctor has claimed for is just chopped down into pieces, and this one say, no, we're going to pay this, and we're not going to pay that, and they go and get this from the patient and so forth. It's really annoying. It's really frustrating. Without me going to all the details, but I can tell you now, if you have those problems and you have read out the service and they don't want to pay you, please, you call our offices. We'll get your money as it is. No one should have the audacity of owing a doctor who has rendered a service. A doctor must be paid 100% of the money that is claimed when he has rendered a service. So Mass Democratic Civil Movement has got a solution to that. And I'm not going to deal with it here because it takes quite a long time to explain it. But I'll find a video one day. I'll do a video on that one, specifically on how to deal with people who do not want to pay you as a medical doctor, who doesn't want to pay you. Oh, by the way, it's not only medical doctors. I'm talking about healthcare professionals as a whole. It's just that most of the time, you'll understand. I always keep talking doctors, because that's most of the people who really feel the pinch. We really feel it. I mean, there are no people who work as hard as the medical doctors do. We really work hard. We don't sleep. All the other professions, they go and sleep. We don't sleep. And that is why sometimes you just find yourself keep on saying doctors. But anyway, I mean all the health professionals. The other part that annoys me every day, in fact, I've done a lot of work around this one, is the patient's rights, particularly the road accident fund patients. These people who are involved in accidents, they are getting a raw deal. For years, I have been discussing with clinical managers, CEO of various hospitals, trying to resolve this. The issue of keeping these patients, these are insured patients. The issue of keeping these patients in the state hospitals, when the state hospitals know very well that they do not have the capacity to operate on these patients immediately, and yet these patients are insured, and they decide to keep them without even informing them that they cannot help them. They keep them in the wards unoperated for weeks into months. It's totally unacceptable. To me, it's immoral, it's unethical, and it's actually bordering on criminality. Because these patients, they get admitted without telling them that there is no service that they will be getting in the next couple of days or weeks. They don't know. And then they go and lie there in the beds, in the hospital beds, hoping that at some point they will be operated. And they're just told, no, no theater, no theater, no theater. When just across the road, there's a private hospital where these patients could be going and getting a service. They're not getting it. And on admission, they are not told what level of service they will be getting. And this is where I feel that the patient rights are being violated here. And I feel very, very strongly that this should constitute in the near future a legal matter. And I think it should be attended to as soon as possible. I've tried to engage with many, many CEOs. I can name them when the time comes, and the clinical managers, and some of the heads of the department of these hospitals. And all of them, they were just opposed to the idea of mass democratic civil movement, bringing the doctors in the hospitals, in the state hospitals, to operate on these patients so that these patients can go home. Remember, these patients are not sick. They are just injured. All they need is just someone to operate on them, then they can go home. But we were denied, and we were told no. So many, lousy reasons that were put. No, what's going to happen post-op? When we even told them that we actually have step-down facilities, we have got rehab facilities, we have got a team. We had our surgeons, we had our scrap nurses. The entire team were even bringing equipment and even bringing money to assist these hospitals, but they refused. I will do a video on this one again, but it is really, really sad. And the sad part of this is that some of these people who are giving us this headache when it comes to assisting patients, they themselves are medical doctors. That is the sad part. And that tells you how this country is run. That is why you will end up with the likes of mass democratic civil movement, because people do not just want to do what they are supposed to do and do it fast. They need to be pushed, and they're going to be pushed by mass democratic civil movement. They are going to be told what to do. The other issue that is so painful is that the Road Accident Fund goes out of its way to go and mislead patients and tell them that no, if they want to claim from the fund, they can submit the claims directly to the fund. How on planet Earth can Road Accident Fund say to the patients they can claim directly from the fund? When these documents are so complex, these documents, they've got so much information that they need from the patient. And most of these patients cannot understand the terminology that is used on this document. So basically, RAF would say, no, we are going to assist you to claim from us. So surely they cannot be objective. If the patient is going to be assisted by the same person who is supposed to pay, no, that person cannot be objective. Somebody else who has the interest of the patient at heart should assist the patient. It cannot be RAF. And it cannot be doctors that are employed by RAF who assist the patient. It cannot be lawyers employed by RAF who assist them. It must be somebody else. And again, I believe that this in the near future and very soon, it should raise a legal matter to be dealt with. Because to me, again, it is immoral. In fact, it is wrong, totally wrong for RAF to think that it is correct for. In fact, to be honest with you, most of these people, I know their cases, they end up not being paid when in fact they had serious injuries. Because the doctors that assessed these people felt that no, they needed to save money for RAF. at the expense of patients. Mass Democratic Civil Movement has taken up all these cases because the patients, fortunately, those who know about us, the work that we do, and they come to our offices and they tell about this. They tell us about these things, and we assist them. And they were calling upon anyone who has got a problem with road accident fund, or anyone who has got a problem with the hospitals, if you are a medical doctor, if you are a patient, please come to us. And when it comes to patients, problems between patients and doctors, we have always tried, by all means, to mediate. Because sometimes when it comes to the treatment of the patient, the relationship between the doctor and the patient, sometimes it can be strained, not because the doctor was wrong or he did anything wrong. It can just be strained by poor communication and perhaps misunderstanding. And we have managed on numerous occasions to diffuse any tensions between the patient and the doctor before even the matter could go to the authorities. Because once the patient understands that, no, look, this is the explanation from the doctor, this is what happened, and usually the patient understands. However, the problem is when you cannot get the cooperation from the doctor in terms of explaining to the patient what actually happened. That's where sometimes things go south, and then where you find the patient proceeding with a legal action against a colleague. But most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, we manage to diffuse any tensions that we between the patient and the doctor, and we continue doing so. And even now, we believe that if there's any, we even encourage members of the public that if there's a problem and they come to us and they say, look, I did not get a good treatment in the hospital, we always want to know what happened, and we try and call the hospital and see if maybe we cannot mediate between the patient and the hospital, because at the end of the day, we do believe that there can be a misunderstanding, especially because the language spoken in health is very foreign to patients. Sometimes patients do not understand what kind of a service and the level of service that they have received. Sometimes even if they have received adequate service or optimal service, sometimes they may feel, because of the lack of understanding, they may feel that they didn't receive optimal care, and therefore they would start complaining. There are many things that guys we are doing as MDCM. We had a very interesting discussion at some stage with the farming community in Northwest, when we were talking about the whole concept of mentorship, because some of us really we do not understand the whole issue of expropriation of the land. What we believe in, we believe in the appropriation of the land. This expropriation of the land, I do not understand who expropriate what from who for what. But it's all over as if it's something that is easily understandable. I don't understand it. We do have a problem in this country, but there are many ways of solving the problem that we have in such a way that we remain productive and we grow our economy. That's all. So, but that's a discussion for another day. But we have a model that has been polished and is ready to be piloted, because we have engaged with the people who are seen or who are accused of holding on to the land, and we do not find any difficulty in negotiating with them to say, look, this is the program of action from the side of Mass Democratic Civil Movement moving forward. And it was really taken positively. Just to run down other things that we're looking at, for instance, in the townships and rural areas. I'll keep on saying townships and rural areas. I'm from the township, born and bred, from Davidton. I do a lot of work in the townships, but now and again, I do find myself in some areas, some farming communities and some rural areas. But in our movement, we urge people that those people who have their roots from the rural areas, they need to try by all means to go back there and assist these communities. We will assist, we will be together with them. But the idea, of course, there's a concept of urbanization. Of course, we understand many people prefer to move to urban areas, but there are people who still want to go back to where they come from and assist. There's no point, I mean, in leaving the area where you were born and trying to go and improve the lives of people of Alexander, running around and telling everybody in the country that the people of Alexander have a problem. I mean, when your own township or your own village where you come from, you are not doing anything. I mean, I don't understand how I see this, even some of these politicians. I mean, they just as soon as they get the slightest chance, and then they jump out of their village and from their township, and then suddenly they go and spread the gospel to say, no, we're fighting for people of Alexander or people of Diepsloot. No, man, come on. I'm not saying they should not assist the people of Diepsloot, but start somewhere. Why don't you start where you come from? I had to go back to Davidton and to try and assist the people of Davidton. If all of us, we can do that, now that you have got some means, go back and assist the people from the area where you come from. Then you will make more sense. I cannot leave Davidton and go and fight for people of Alexander. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to do. I can contribute. I can contribute. If, for instance, there's a fund that we're raising to go and assist the people of Diepsloot, I'll put down the money. But I need to start somewhere. So I need to organize also people coming from Diepsloot and assist them to set up structures in Diepsloot that can assist the people of Diepsloot. So that is what we should be doing. We should be actually assisting each other to assist your own area of origin. And then in that way, it's going to make it easy. The people where you come from already know you and they trust you, and you know and understand that to come from. So I think if we were to work in that spirit, we can go somewhere and quicker. Because then all we have to do as the Mass Democratic Civil Movement Office is to mobilize the resources and accompany you to assist the people in that particular area. So even our reps, we cannot bring the reps, for instance, that come from Davidton or that come from Soweto and go and put them in Diepsloot. It won't work. We need to find the reps in Diepsloot that are going to work with the people of Diepsloot, because they understand Diepsloot and they are known there and they know Diepsloot. That is how it can work better if we were to do it like that. But if you take people from somewhere, come and impose them on the people of a particular area, then you're going to run into problems. And then what we did as well in terms of health, we came up with the health plans. These are prepaid health plans. Again, I'm going to make a video at some point. But to give you an idea, these are the same health plans that are paraded by or marketed by all these guys, these medical aids or whatever you call them. They are marketing these prepaid plans, and they want the people to buy these plans. Basically, the target market here is the people who are not on a medical aid. It's about 20 million of them who have got money to buy this prepaid plan. The hope is that they are going to come to us as medical doctors and be treated by us. And these guys, they want to pay us peanuts, small amount of money. It means they want to make their own money out of our own consultation. Just to give you an example, with this prepaid, they will tell you, you see this patient, we're going to pay you 350. When the consultation is about 500 rand, they say we'll give you 350. That's what these guys are doing. So as Mass Democratic Civil Movement, you said, this is nonsense, this is enough. In fact, they don't even have doctors. They go tell these people when they send this, when they sell these prepaid plans, prepaid health plans, they say to them, no, we have got our own doctor network. Who is their own doctor network? Who is their own doctor network? Who owns these doctors? Because nobody owns doctors. We can decide if we want to see these plans or you don't want to see these plans. In fact, I am saying we shouldn't see these people who come with this. We should have our own. Mass Democratic Civil Movement has created our own health plans. ProMedical has its own health plans. They just differ in terms of the packaging, how they are structured, and so on. So we don't have to be assisting other people to make money out of us. These people have taken us for a ride for a very long time. So it's about time that we stop them right here, right now, where they are. And we use our own health plans. And the people who associate themselves with mass democratic civil movement should reject these health plans and prefer our health plans. And our health plans do not exhaust. And so these are the health plans that some of the money goes back to these communities to assist these communities. So we have something also as mass democratic civil movement to offer the people, so that when they patronize our products and services, when they buy them, and then we are able to use some of the money to buy the services from pro-medical doctors or pro-medical health practitioners. And then, but with some of the money to take it back and develop the infrastructure that we need in the townships. We're also involved in the townships in various skills development, technical skills development, with our partners, social partners and business partners. We've created a very strong network where we impart skills to the young people, especially skills on electrical skills, or on electricity, skills on electronics. We're talking repairs, refurbishment of electronic equipment, fixing of electrical problems, repair of computers, plumbing, fixing of vehicles, you know, and so forth. So we are doing these things in the townships. Of course, we've not yet covered significant ground, but we have started. And we can tell you that in the next coming weeks, we'll be very far. We are only able to do all these things, of course, because of the support that we are getting from our business and social partners. And that is why now and again, we will always call for donations, because we need to pay for certain expertise. We need to buy some of the material, you know, that we use, especially the tools and so forth. But of course, we do also get donations. And all we do, we do not charge any fee. So honestly, that the donor fund is the only thing that we would rely on. Of course, when we render services, when these people who are learning, as we are giving them the skills when they render services, and of course they do charge for the fees, but that money will end up paying for the work that they have done, and also payment for the equipment and water, electricity, and so forth. So with that being said, guys, let me just quickly take you through our corporate structure, how we run our office. The office of MDCM is simple. It's the simplest office. We don't like to make things complex, like I said. It's run by a chairman. I am the chairman for now, and I know as usual, I always like to step down as the chairman as soon as I find a suitable person. But for now, because I feel that maybe I'm still needed, but there will be a point very soon where I'll step down. I always like to do marketing. I'm a deal maker by nature. I don't like to be commanding and showing direction where people should go, what people should do. No, I don't like that. I don't like sharing meetings and so forth. I'm a person who likes running around up and down. And it's run by a chairman, treasurer, and then we've got a secretary, and then we've got legal advisors. Okay, these are actually about 3 firms that we are using, that they are giving us, they're doing pro bono work with us. They take any case and they do not mind. I'm really thankful of these guys. And then we are running on 2 accountants. We have got 1 financial advisor, and then we have 1 IT engineer, and then we're looking for more. And then we are lacking quite a lot on the other areas of chemical engineering, mechanical, electrical, civil, project management. We're looking for all these people. But for now, because the things that we're doing are not very complex, we're able to get around with some technicians. We do have technicians, mainly from the townships, who are unemployed, running around the street, and then that we make use of. And then we are looking for people also like a quality surveyor, town planners, and all those people. But for now, we can still go on without them, but we would love to have these people joining us. This is a serious movement. This is something that, 4 or 5 years down the line, all of us involved with it will look back and smile and see the difference that we have made. Others, of course, we'll see. They will come later as we need them. But for now, we'll also take suggestions. We take recommendations from you because, as we move on, we'll be commenting, asking us questions, advising, keep making suggestions, and they will accept all those things, and they will take them on board. The good thing is, Mass Democratic Civic Movement is a very, very simple organization to work with. If you send us emails, we'll open them, we'll respond, SMSs, WhatsApps. One of the things that we do not do, that we do not want to do, is to take money, the membership money from people. This called membership money. We don't believe in this membership thing where people have got membership card or, no. We believe that if you are doing the right thing and you have got people who support you and who like what you are doing, those who sympathize with you, and you have got your donors, and then you also have people, for instance, who buy the products and services that you are providing. We believe that that is enough. And then if as a structure or as a movement, we are also plowing back to the communities, uplifting them, and they can see that everything that we are doing is real. Everybody can look at it, see, touch, and feel. And that is the relationship. This relationship, some pseudo-marriage relationship where this is a member, a card-carrying member, and then these card-carrying members, and then they will end up, claiming this and claiming that. No. That relationship we do not like, and we don't think it is a healthy relationship. Like I said, Mass Democratic Civic Movement operates with reps, so we put reps in all the voting districts and also in the wards. And these are the reps that work with the people to identify the problems in those communities and work with the people to find the solution. Once they have a tentative solution, then they come to the office of MTCM, present the problem, and then the MTCM will then look at it and see what resources can be mobilized, and again, via the reps, back to the community, and then we get the problem solved. And of course, we always assist. We have got experts that would analyze the problem. If there's need to draw a plan, or whatever plan that needs to be drawn is going to be drawn, and assist the reps to execute on whatever problem that needs to be executed on the ground. And of course, in terms of remuneration, everyone in the office, there is nobody who is remunerated for doing nothing. Everyone gets remunerated for doing something. Whenever there's a project, then we get remunerated. There is no money that goes out to pay people who are doing nothing in the office. We do not do that. Even the reps, they earn on commission. Even the people in the office, they know if there's no work, there's no pay. If there's no project, there's no pay. If you have not done anything that is successful, we just forget. There's no money, we just keep working, and that is all. I think I've covered quite a lot, guys, and please, again, we have a lot of videos to come. Join me in all the videos that are coming. Don't miss any. Also, click a like or dislike. I would like to know. I love the feedback because it can only make me check up. Don't worry, you'll never discourage me. I've got the thick skin. We like the comments, questions. We like criticisms, questions. You can send us topics that you want us to talk about. And of course, there's a down there on the bottom, we have our address, our physical address. and our contact details, email, and a bank account and so forth. Please, 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 we want your donations. Without your money, we won't go too far. Thank you very much. Operators, now that we know what Mass Democratic Movement stands for and our commitment to transforming the South African society in a positive way to the benefit of all races. Please, I then appeal to you now that you need to assist us in the following manner. There are many ways in which you can assist us that I may perhaps not be able to mention here, but I'll just touch on the very obvious and very easy ones that you can look at. Being a non-profit organization, we rely on donations. Please, 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 assist us with donations. It doesn't matter how much you're donating, as long as you can donate something to assist us to carry out our responsibilities in developing our own communities. It's a lot of work to be done. Your donations will take us very far. We can get somewhere without your donations, but it will take us a very, very long time. But if you donate, it will assist us. If perhaps you feel that donations of any amount is too much for you, you cannot afford it, and then you can look at actually purchasing some of the products and services that we have developed within Mass Democratic Civil Movement. The good thing about Mass Democratic Civil Movement is that from the beginning, we told ourselves that we need to develop products and services that can be sold to the public. And the bulk of that money, of course, after paying for the office and administration, all the money needs to be taken back to the communities and carry out the projects that we have outlined for ourselves. Again, if maybe you feel that donations is too much for you, and purchasing of our products and services developed by Mass Democratic Civil Movement is also too much for you, and then we ask you to just sign up as a rep. That to us is also of great value. And of course, you'll follow the protocol. We have got the rules as well on how to sign up reps. But all you have to do if you want to sign up as a rep is very simple. You send us your CV and the ward to which you belong, and then we'll take it from there. I will give you the email address, WhatsApp, and how you actually send up all those things to us. Again, if maybe you feel donations is too much, purchasing of products and services of Mass Democratic Civil Movement is also too much, and you know you are not able to join us as a rep to assist us in educating our communities, and then maybe you can just do something very simple. All you can do is just to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing to MDCM channel, you are also adding value in the sense that you assist us to monetize the channel. There are rules in YouTube on how to monetize the channel, and one of them is that you need to have at least 1,000 subscriptions. So if you can assist us to reach that number, we view that as a serious contributions, even if it is not monetary contribution. And of course, if you subscribe and then you are able as well to share the video, if you can also do that and share the video with your friends, colleagues, family members, that would be great as well. It will assist us a lot. Again, if you cannot donate, purchase, sign up as a rep, subscribe, just do something very simple. Just click the icon, like or dislike. If you click the like, it's good. It encourages us to do more. Well, if you also click a dislike, it means you didn't like the video. It means there were problems with the video. And that also is also positive. It will assist us to develop better videos in the future. And it keeps us on our toes so that we can continue improving ourselves. Remember, a negative feedback is a positive feedback in the space that we're in. Above all, guys, if you cannot do all the things that I've mentioned and you feel that again, it's just too much for you, all you have to do is just share the video with as many people as you can. Your friends, your colleagues, family members. By sharing the video, it's also assisting us in reaching out to as many people as possible. And if maybe all that, again, is too much, you don't like sharing, you don't like buying anything that MTCM is selling, you don't want to donate, anything that I've mentioned above, just do the minimum now. All you can do is just to send us a topic that you think is interesting to you. And of course, we can engage you. You can tell us if maybe you want us to engage you on that topic. And they will engage you on that topic. You will prepare, we engage you, and they will make it public. And people at least will come to know what is in your mind, and we will also come to know what is in your mind and share with the public. And we take it that it will, of course, something positive that will assist us to grow, and that will assist the people to grow as well. So if you don't have a topic to send to us, you can just comment on whatever we have said on our videos. You can raise questions, some concerns, of course, if you feel there are certain things that they are concerning to you. And then we all will all look at that, and they would be able to say, we have learned something from you, and thank you very much. And then we move forward. And if all that, again, you feel that is too much, you're not in a position to do all that, the last thing you can do, just give us suggestions, how we can improve ourselves. If maybe you feel that we are so bad, we need your suggestions. We need certain things that you see that we're not doing right. Please tell us those things. I always say, if we make a mistake or there's something that we don't do right, please tell us. And don't tell others. Just tell us. And when we're doing everything right and we are happy that we're doing right, please tell everyone else. It's the right thing to do. And guys, for the donations, those who would love to donate, remember, any amount is money. Our banking details is Mass Democratic Civil Movement, the bank account, Mass Democratic Civil Movement. It's a Standard Bank check account. The account number is 10 14 124 4788. 10 14 124 4788. It's on the screen. The branch code is 1842, and the SWIFT code, of course, for those who are abroad, is SBZAZAJJ. And guys, for those who would like to join us as reps, like I've said before, all you need to do is to send us your CV and the ward to which you belong, CV and your ward. And then you can send those to our email address, massdemocraticcivilmovement@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp to 066 258 2262. And those, for instance, who want to contribute in other ways, like, for instance, asking questions, comments, suggestions, any other contribution outside what I've mentioned, you can use the email address and the WhatsApp that is on the screen. Guys, thank you very much. I take it that you understand that this is a mammoth task that we are engaged in, and we won't make it without you. Every contribution, like I've already mentioned, will take us somewhere. Donating, purchasing the products, or sharing the videos with other people won't make you poor. Please do the right thing, assist us. And thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.